Welcome to another episode of At the Bar with Podcast. Tonight's guest is a local guitar phenom from the Minneapolis area. He played in different bands locally.
500 of them.
Yeah. Played in a band called Gingerjake. He also played with one of our local favorites, Jordis Unga. And when he was down south in Louisiana, he played with future leaders of the world. Welcome, Ian Severson.
Woo!
Thanks for having me.
What's going on, Ian?
Glad to be back in the saddle to a certain extent, I guess.
Back in the saddle again.
Have a mic in front of your face again?
Have a mic in front of my face, yeah.
Is this your first podcast?
I've done a few over the years.
Okay.
Not
this fancy.
Not this fancy. I like the decor.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me. I've been on a couple of these, and I guess since the pandemic, but
Never at a bar.
never
Never with cocktails.
with full service. So
Yeah.
this is wonderful.
Speaking of which,
Patrick.
Yeah. What are you having to drink this evening?
Whatever you're pouring, to be honest, I'm not going to be too picky about it. Sounds like maybe a cerveza. Mix.
Yes.
Irish type.
We're going to do a little Irish twist. I'm going to feed you a poor man's black velvet, backed up with a little orange buddy, Jameson Orange.
They should be related.
Yeah. Patrick, what are you having out there today?
Nice cold Pepsi. Woohoo!
What's the temperature out there today, there, Patrick?
It's a solid 77. It's actually 70. It's kind of windy and
Wow,
breezy
we're
and
like
cool.
almost 20 degrees warmer than you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was 80 something yesterday, and
We had 88 yesterday, and we have 85 today or something. What did it get up to?
Alexa
today?
told me 87.
87. It's 84 right now.
It's 84 in your pants.
Shit. That's pretty cold for my pants.
Oh.
So, you seem like you've been in a lot of bands. Holy cow!
Probably fewer than it seems like. Yeah, but quite. I mean, it's probably as many as I've had monogamous relationships.
Oh, okay, there you go.
So yeah, I don't know, 7-ish maybe. I think.
Wow.
somewhere.
what was the path as a kid? Was it were you drawn to playing guitar or piano, or when did the music journey start for you?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'll have one of those hams.
My mom grew up playing piano. I don't think my dad has a musical bone in his body.
Oh, really?
And he'll tell you so. But no, my mom got me started on piano when I was,
Thanks, bud.
I think, 10, and hated piano lessons. Couldn't stand my teacher. She was like in her 70s, the worst breath. And sitting right next to me, just, yeah. Now try a melody. And I'm just like,
Oh my God, I can smell it from here. Just
But-
imagining it.
Yeah. But no, so 4 or 5 years of piano. And that was, I'll say anybody who's got kids out there, start them on piano. Left hand, right hand dexterity.
Oh, yeah.
You don't realize it when you're a kid, but it's the gateway instrument to
Yep.
everything else, I think.
I see that with it, learning the chords and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
a lot easier.
And I grew up in an small town in southwest Minnesota called Wabasso, out by Redwood Falls, 800 people, less than that,
Wow.
745. And so we didn't even have cable growing up. I know it was like my childhood friends' dads were farmers with the satellite dish. So we'd, Mom, can I stay overnight this weekend so we can watch Playboy Channel? Basically. But no, I was at my grandmother's house in Grand Forks, North Dakota when I was 13 or 14. I'd been playing air guitar for a year, telling my parents I want a guitar. And I was a little behind the times because I didn't, And Justice for All had been out since 88. Am I right? Yeah. Master Puppets is 86, 88 for And Justice. So this was 89. I'm a year late, and I see the video for one, and I'm like, that's what I want to do.
That's what I want.
And then we moved to Chaska, up here in the Twin Cities, 3 days before my freshman year, and I was dressing in black pants and my Andre Agassiz and rotating Megadeth and Metallica t-shirts. And
You went from a school that was population 20 to population
30
12.
kids to over 500, and I'm wearing all black, and I immediately got pigeonholed as there were like 3 cliques: the preps, the jocks, and the dirties. And
Yeah,
of course, I was the
the
dirty
dirty,
right off the back.
The dirties.
So we can get into talking hockey, but fast forward, 2 months once the hockey season started, and I roll into the hockey locker room in my Metallica t-shirt, and everybody's like, "No, not this guy."
Well, let's put them up.
Cheers.
Go Habs.
Nope. I'd like to make a toast to it's Memorial Day
Go Hurricanes.
to all those soldiers that have died for our country.
Memorial Day to all the
Absolutely.
soldiers.
Memorial Day.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So,
Gene, what are you drinking back there? You got a little cup of wine?
Water.
Water.
I'm drinking water.
That's
Yeah.
refreshing.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know.
It's that
Well, it could be water.
Chinese secret.
I think it's an ancient French secret
Yeah. Or a Napa.
with or Napa grapes.
So you're a hockey fan too, huh?
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by hockey fans.
Grew up with skates on my feet, pretty much. Yeah, my old man played for UND.
Cool.
I'm gonna get the years wrong. 67 to 71, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you played for the. Can I still say the Sioux?
Yeah, the Fighting Sioux.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
So he's
absolutely.
got,
Yep.
So it was hockey, and got recruited to play at Hamlin. My high school coach was man, I'm gonna space it. He played for the Canadians actually for
wow.
No way.
Wow.
It'll come back to me. But he was friends with Doug Woog at the Gophers and was like, Hamlin. See, Chaska sucked, and I was a goaltender, long line of goaltenders, and my dad not giving me a choice. It was like, you're gonna be a goaltender, so was your little brother, blah blah blah. So I ended up going to Hamlin, long story short, but I guess I could have gotten a walk-on tryout with the Gophers. I just passed it up. I like the small school at Hamlin, but when I quit as a freshman,
Why'd you quit?
there was hell to pay. My dad was just like, "You're quitting to play music?"
Oh,
I was
Oh,
kinda,
so
yeah.
yeah.
oh.
I see what's going
Well,
on.
in my defense, so Chaska sucked, and the reason I got scouted is Chaska would lose, 5-1, 6-2, but I had my saves percentage was through the roof because I had 40, 50 saves a game, and so I got, mentioned in the Metro. So I got noticed, and then I got picked up by another team that sucked too, Hamlin, and the trend continued.
Yeah, there you go.
So what
Which is-
position, what position did you play?
I was a goalie. Yep,
Oh.
yep. Just
Love
like
that.
my
Well,
dad.
which is kind of funny because Hamlin is known for those lawyers that skate.
Huh?
Yeah. the
My
Hamlin
downfall
Law
was
School.
like that too a little
That's
bit.
a-
I was
that's a law
St. Louis
school.
Park A traveling goalie.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I got to Bantams, and I think it was the second year of Bantams. I took the summer off. The other kids were going to summer camp, spring leagues, whatever. I just, wanted to fuck around as a 16-year-old. So we go to tryouts, and I've got all this old gear that actually back in the day, St. Louis Park actually had gear for goalies that couldn't afford it. So I had their gear. I get to the tryouts, and I'm just walking in like, yep, I'm just going to go in business as usual, get the starting slot, and I'll be out of here. So I go in, I'm letting in goals that are super easy. The other 2 or 3 goalies that are trying out, brand new gear. They've obviously been to camp. They're butterflying properly and saving everything thrown at them. And I just went, oh, fuck. So my option was to go just play spring league or like a house league, as a 16-year-old. But then my coach called and said, hey, Blake, which is that private school in Hopkins, very well-to-do, they needed a goalie for their Bantam B2 team. And I was like, okay. So I got one more year out of it. They pretty much paid for everything. I was the only goalie, so I had no backup. But I finished out that year at Blake, and then I was done. I was just like not committed. It just turned into like a year-round thing, and I just didn't want to do that.
Were you into hockey as much then as you are now?
Oh yeah. Since I was 6, dude. Since like Ian said, since I could skate, I did. And
So
I
then
was
how
a
come
rink
you
rat
weren't-
all my life? And
how come you weren't into
followed the game and everything? So,
But how come you weren't into the playing as much?
like I said, it was just a year-round thing. Like I wanted to play winter hockey, and I thought you could get good. And I didn't really have anyone pushing me for, hey, you could get to college on this. I didn't have any pushing, from anybody, and it was just kind of on my own, So it was just. I just did what I wanted to do, and I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore. So it is one of my biggest regrets, but it is what it is. And I went on to have a successful career in radio.
Yeah.
So
Well,
That's
it's kind of like what you and Ian have kind of that something in common music wise. You went band stuff, and Patrick, you went into the music field, playing the band stuff for the bands. But Ian, I know you got your start here. When did you really start hitting it hard? Band wise, trying to make a name for yourself within the band world?
Probably, that was probably about my freshman year at Hamlin when I decided to quit. Should back up and say too, like I was very much into music in high school. I had a audition tape for Berklee School of Music. That's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
And my dad was like, "Nope, you're staying in town. You're gonna take advantage of this opportunity to play hockey." And so yeah, I probably my freshman year after I quit, the catalyst to that moment was there were 3 goalies. At one point beginning in the season, there was a senior who was returning, who was going to play all the games. There was another sophomore goalie and myself. And so I went to the coach and I said, "Hey, look, you got 3 goalies. If I got a show on a Friday night and it's an out of town game," I said, "I'll dress for everything in town, blah, blah, blah. But like, do you really need 3 goalies?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Can I stay play a show on a Friday night, still practice with the team?" He's like, "Nope, unless you're at every single game." I was like, "You know what? You've already told me you're not going to play me because you're going to play the senior. So here's my pads back." He calls me in my dorm room December after 2 months of the season goes by. They hadn't won a game yet, and calls me up. He goes, "Hey, Ian, we're having goalie problems. Do you think you can come back and skate?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not smoking cigarettes. I'm in shape. Sure." Came back, practiced for 2 weeks. We're losing to St. Thomas 13-3 in the third period. He doesn't put me in. And that was just like, that was it for me. I'm like, "You're wasting my time. Take my shit back. Take your pads back." And called my dad and said, "I'm playing music."
There you go.
But at that point, it was a band called Mind Rape. We were doing grindcore stuff. We were doing,
Everything you like?
we were playing everything from college parties to basement shows to the Mirage, Don Decker, who was booking
I
all the-
remember
yeah.
the
all the
Mirage.
death metal bands there. So that was that band. And I don't think we really had any commercial success, or me personally, until I was in Gingerjake. I was like,
Now,
20,
how did you get hooked up with Gingerjake? Now, wasn't the singer? That's a female singer, right?
Yep.
And she was in high school, wasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you get hooked up with that band? Especially because you never saw. I mean, you saw like high school bands, but you never saw a bar band, a professional bar band with a kid in high school, other than Johnny Lang.
Yeah.
But that was a different deal. How did that hook up?
Yeah. So from the time this is when I was about 27, and I'd been working, moonlighting at the Turf Club as a door guy for a few years. And John Cooker, who owned CD Underbelly, who was a regular patron, comes in one night, and I was bitching about the band I was in at the time. Nobody's motivated. And said, "John, do you know anybody who's looking for a guitar player right now?" And he's like, these guys called 2 Ton Crutch just got rid of their guitarist. I'm like, "Do you have they just recorded here? I just had Mudvayne in, if I remember correctly." And I'm like, "Do you have their number, John?" He's like, "I know they put out an ad in the city pages." And
City pages.
everything to me at that point in time in music, it just had happened organic through friends, phone calls, hanging out. This is the first time in my life I actually answered an ad. And Eric Rotter fielded the phone call, and he invited me to City Sound in Northeast, and they had already found Chris Weiser. So I think he preceded me about 2 or 3 months in Gingerjake, and then I was added to the mix, and this was still when they had James, the British Wonder singer. I think we all probably know James.
Yep.
And I guess we wrote 6 songs. James was singing, and then Eric and Joe, the twin brothers, made up the rhythm section. Had a hell of a fight with James, and they called it quits. And then we went to Grumpy's in Northeast. I'll never forget it. We're sitting there having a couple beers, and we're like,
Grumpies.
and Chris and I just looked at each other. He's like, "Dude, we just like joined this band that was supposed to be like on the up and up doing some shit. And what are we doing now?" And
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember
So
that. I was like shocked when Two Ton Crutch
Yeah.
was done. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? That was good shit. Because I think you got a recording out, right? You got it like a six songer.
yeah,
EP?
yeah. It was.
I remember
it was,
playing you on the air, but I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
because we were even rehearsing a couple of 2 Ton Crutch songs. So I don't, it was like still up in the air. Is that going to continue, or are we something brand new, or what's the deal? And so Eric and Joe called their attorney, Ken Abdo, who managed Michelle Branch, Johnny Lang, people like that at the time.
Yeah.
And Ken was like, "I got you," and we're like, "Okay, who?" He's like, "Well, she's 14, but she can sing her ass off."
14.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there going 27. I'm like, this might be awkward.
Oh,
But she came in. We met her at Ken's office. She had just gotten done with like a production. So her backstory, Amanda Harris's, was she played, just naturally talented, 4-octave range, no auto tuning necessary type of vocalist. And she played in bar bands with her dad, and through management and Ken, I forget how she got it noticed originally, but she ended up in Nashville doing country stuff, didn't like it, told Ken she wanted to play heavier music, and I guess the rest.
She's still playing?
I think she gave it a shot for a bit in LA when she first moved out there, and then she's transitioned to some other things since then. But
yeah, it was really visually cool, or I was going to say awkward. That's not the right word, but it was like you had these dirty rock boys and then this real pretty not rock chick lead singer, and she did it. She sang well, and she was a good front woman. So
yeah,
you would just naturally just listen because you're like, what the fuck is this? And of course, you did look like a 14-year-old girl, and it was like, okay, this is really something here. This is weird, but good,
Yeah, and she wasn't shy. I think she was.
I've heard her. She's phenomenal.
A natural
Phenomenal.
in front of people. I mean, everybody gets nervous, I think, but yeah, she had been doing it with her dad's band for a while, so it wasn't.
It's too bad that didn't go anywhere.
It wasn't a huge hurdle.
Is she? Did she get into any movie stuff or acting, or what did she get into? You don't know.
Well, I do. I don't know if I.
She's got her own company out there.
She does.
she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She has a patent on a brassiere.
Interesting.
Believe it
Give
or
me
not.
her number.
Yeah, she's got several patents. She's doing very well for
Wow.
herself. Yeah, I talked to her from time to time. She just had her first child. I know
Okay.
that.
Oh,
Maybe less than a year ago. So
Big
Yeah.
Dodgers fan. I see her
Yeah,
posting
yeah.
Instagram
Yeah.
from like the first or second row at Dodgers games. I'm like, Jesus, you're doing
Oh.
really well.
That's
So,
cool. Well,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're starting in
She
a
was a great
rock band at 14 years old, you're probably going to do very well if you can pull that off.
When you start out, I mean, even, Kid Johnny Lang did pretty well, and when he dropped the Kid and Johnny Lang, but then all of a sudden he kind of fell off.
drop
too,
the kid. What's that?
He used
From his
he
name.
used to call himself,
Kid-
his
Kid
moniker was Kid Johnny Lang, and when he got older,
Don't
he
you remember
dropped the Kid, and it was just
Johnny Lang. Yeah, he dropped the kid off of his name.
But yeah, it was, he even, kind of fell off after a while, and, don't even know what he's doing. I mean, after the Blues Brothers 2 flop, that movie, it could just kind of killed his career altogether.
It doesn't take much to kill a career these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. What got you down to New Orleans?
So yeah, that's an interesting story too.
So like,
It was-
you were doing Minneapolis, St. Paul stuff in the
Yeah,
2000s,
well,
then
it
around
was-
2010.
It was still Gingerjake. I'm trying to remember exactly what year I met Phil Taylor from Future Leaders of the World, but I heard a song first on 93X.
Let Me
Patrick,
Out?
you might have even been DJing because I think I
Was it Let
remember.
Me Out?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
cool.
remember hearing the song on the radio, and I was like, I'd never heard of Future Leaders of the World, and I was like, I think I maybe even called you, Patrick, and said, "Who was that?"
Yeah.
Because I thought it was like a Nirvana B-side that had been unreleased or something like that. And, it was like, yeah, this is Future Leaders of the World. And I looked him up, and a year goes by or so. Gingerjake's still doing its thing. And I get a call from a local promoter that, hey, some ex-members of Evanescence and Future Leaders of the World have a band called Machina, and they're just looking for somebody to open up. So Gingerjake played with them. I met Rocky and who was the drummer from Evanescence, and John LeCompte, who was the guitar player, and Phil, who had, obviously sang and written Let Me Out, and we just kind of hit it off, and he ended up calling me about a year after that, asking if I wanted to basically join the band and record his sophomore record with him. He had a bunch of studio time in Seattle, so it's like, all expenses paid, I just need you to come record.
Oh,
And he'd lead guitar and he'd
sign me up.
ideas. I was like, yep, sign me up. So I was doing double duty for a couple of years. Gingerjake, 2009 showcase at the Viper Room. Nothing came of it, unfortunately. And at that time, it was Derek Abrams and Brian Adams from Skywind
Oh, yep.
were playing at that time for rhythm section. And it was a fun trip out there. Fun playing the Viper Room. And again, we didn't get asked to
Did you
sign a record deal, but I ended up, Amanda at that point moved to LA, started doing her thing, and I went to Seattle and finished the record, then went on tour with
How's the
Well-
gumbo out there?
oh my God.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Who's been to New Orleans?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to work at the TGI Fridays on Royale Street, block and a half up from Canal.
No kidding.
And
That was
no
his
kidding.
excuse to go and work to make money during Mardi Gras.
And partay,
And,
but we didn't
but-
party. We were working
Yeah.
so much that the thought was, hey, we're gonna downtime. We're gonna kind of party and we're gonna hang out. And it's gonna be cool. But we worked so much. By the time we got done, we had to have 2 drinks. And it's like, I'm going back to the hotel. I mean, it was like partying wasn't even a thing. I mean, we're like,
but-
we're done.
Oh, but honey, I'm making us a lot of money.
But I did. I made quite a bit of money down there.
What kind of money did you make for tips?
Well, this is before Katrina. So this is like way back then, but we would make like back then $600 in a day,
Yeah.
which would now be probably twice that. It'd be like $1,200. So quite a bit. And it paid for the hotel because there'd be like 6 of us jammed into a hotel room and the hotel was $1,000 a night. But we all dumped in, 6 of us dumped in, so $600, you make $400.
How do you get to work down there? I mean, they need bartenders. And
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's kind of like the state. Imagine the state fair.
yeah, on
Times
steroids.
Yeah, times 3 every single day
For how long is it?
for I think we went
2
down there
weeks?
for the last week.
Yeah.
We went down.
How
for
long
the
does it
last
go for?
7
2
days.
weeks?
I think it's 2 weeks, and then ends up on a Wednesday. It's Fat Tuesday's the last
Yep.
day, and they cut it off at midnight.
Yep.
And the next day is Ash Wednesday. But we go down the last week because that's when it goes from 200,000 people per day to 700 and almost 1 million people per day rolling through the French Quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it
But-
was Brett going on vacation to get away from me.
Probably. My 21st birthday was January 23rd, and then the following Mardi Gras in February. So I had about 2 weeks of drinking experience under my belt before I went down to New Orleans. But I did all right. I held my own. I realized about 2 days in I hadn't eaten yet, so
What's
made
that?
sure to have a steak.
Yeah, what?
But the cops and the people back then, like in 1993, I mean, New Orleans was really a corrupt police department, really corrupt city, and so there was a paddy wagon on the side, and I had met this girl, and we just got to talking. And
I see where this is going.
We got to talking.
Yeah.
First step.
she hung out with me for a little bit, and then we lost track of each other. And then I go outside, and the cops are there, and they're rounding up people that are fighting or drinking and drunk. And I notice she's sitting on the sidewalk, and she's like just passed out. I'm like, this is not going to end well for her. So it was the end of the night. I was going, and I'm like, either she's going to get thrown in this paddy wagon, or whatever, is that what they call them?
Yep.
Yeah. And then she's going to get arrested, or some sick ass is going to come take her and do whatever.
So you came and take her.
So I actually threw her in the back of my cab, and we go back to my hotel room. I was there with 3 other girls, actually. I was the only
Oh,
one.
jeez.
So I bring her in, and
So you turned a threesome into a foursome.
This
Just passes out on
every good porno starts out this way, Patrick.
Starts out
And-
as threesome.
And a friend knows another friend, and a friend knows another friend.
So, but you okay? So you're there with
Yeah, so
three
I bring
girls
her into
and-
the hotel room. She wakes up, freaks out. My other friends wake up, freak out. Just checking to see if I raped her. I didn't. I explained to her she was really drunk, and I got her home. End of story. Because
Yeah.
which is
Very honorable of you, Patrick.
well, but that's the thing. I mean, when we went down there, the local people working there. I mean, there's this guy named Jeff, and he was the kitchen manager, and he was a Jamaican guy that was like 6'5" and about 300 pounds. The guy was huge. And he goes, "There's three things that you do not do down here.
I know what.
Ever. Don't show your junk, don't get in a fight, and don't piss in public. Those are the three things."
No.
He goes, if
get
you
the town over the head for those.
right, anything else goes, but those three things. And he was right.
I did 2 of the 3. Wait, what were they again? I might have done.
It was showing your junk, urinating in public, and fighting. Those were the three that
You urinated in
just don't
public
do it.
and got into a
I
fight.
can tell the urinating in public one. That one's funny. I have not showed my junk.
So then after Louisiana, then what?
So I was there from 2010 to the pandemic, basically after the pandemic, 2021, and moved back here.
And what is Beat Devil Music? What is that your
That was
is that your,
honestly,
like, label or a band or
I've-
collaboration project? Like,
I've-
what's going on with that?
yeah, I've never named a band, and Beat Devil Music was just my my what do they call it? My music pro
Affiliate
moniker
moniker, yeah.
for ASCAP or BMI.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah. And you sent me some tracks last week. I listened and I'm like, Jesus, you've played with Greg Mooger, who we've had on the show here, I think.
yeah,
You know, the Rotters, you know, Derek.
Yeah,
Derek Abrams, by the way, just a fantastic drummer, like amazing.
yeah. Derek was like the person I went to. So basically, it was, I think I had quit playing with Phil in 2016. You know, that record finally came out. We got to play in Tokyo, did a US tour with Saliva, did some other one-offs. So, and then we just weren't on the same page business-wise, and parted ways. So I went back to grad school, but I ended up, you know, I was still writing. I still had a home studio. I still was in it, and more than I am now. And ended up. I just had this idea to do like a mixtape collaboration record, and so I just hit up everybody I knew, sent out 2 or 3 demos to various singers, see who gravitated towards what, and the group of folks that are on the record are the ones who came back and like put something nasty to it. And Derek was like, I don't know, nasty good, but Derek, you know, Derek was playing with Ministry at the time, right? He was, I think, had done or was on break. I don't know if he had done the farewell tour yet.
He played in
Slayer,
2018 because I remember Ministry came to Sacramento,
and I'm trying to remember when
I got into that show.
Okay. And I'm trying to remember when, I think I had him in the studio in 2019. So maybe Ministry hadn't done the Slayer farewell tour yet, but we're about to. But either way, he had some time off. He came down. He did 6 drum tracks on that record. And yeah, couldn't have been happier. I mean, Derek's the guy, he's hilarious. He's the type of guy, he's like, yeah, and you know, Derek gets paid for what he does, and I have no problem with that. So I threw him a few bones to come down and do session drumming. Flew him there, fed him, blah, blah, blah. But, and this is, Derek did, he was the first drummer in Future Leaders of the World when I joined the band too. He did the first tour with us. And this is Derek's MO. Yeah, Derek, have you rehearsed yet? You know the songs? Yeah, I got it. Can I swear? Heck no. He's like, he shows up and he's like, I got this. I'm like, do you? And then it's like, spend the first 2 hours. But that's what a pro he is that he, you know, he gets it very, very quickly. So it's like, he can get away with not doing his homework before he shows up at the gig.
Yeah. He's in a new project. I can't remember the name of it, but I saw him post on social media that, you know, his tour, and it's going to come through Sacramento here again.
Nice.
I think in August. So I'm gonna go check out his new band.
And
Have to hit him up.
and I
those
know
backstage passes.
he's out there doing professional drum teching for huge global tours as well. So I mean,
Yeah. What was it like touring nationally? Was that like everything you thought it was going to be? Like, you got the bus and you're opening for huge arena crowds. Was that like the shit?
yes and no. We I think we still had the notoriety or maybe the name recognition from the first record. But we kind of DIY'd it on purpose. So, we had a crew sometimes we didn't, but we mostly just did van tours.
Okay.
But, we got some really fun opportunities. We did Milwaukee Summerfest. We did Guavaween in Tampa. That last tour with Saliva was honestly really, really fun. I wasn't ever personally a huge Saliva fan. But
Me either.
they grew on me, and like after I was actually, and this was minus Josie Scott era Saliva. They had a new singer at the time, but just the nicest guys, man. And they're all Southern boys, but
Yeah, they're really cool. Seether was like that too, where they were really cool.
But it was. I remember we played a venue in Patchogue, Long Island, buku fancy multi-million-dollar venue. Not a huge crowd for the space on that particular night. And then I remember we played someplace upstate, outside the city a bit. And it was just, this rundown bar. I forget what town. It wasn't Syracuse. Smaller than that. It was whatever. But, it was kind of sometimes those mid-sized American cities where you don't have as much competition as playing in the middle of Manhattan on a Thursday night or whatever. And I mean, it was packed. You couldn't move, so it just depended on the show, depended on the venue. That's just kind of the roll of the dice as it always was. But we would always do our due diligence to try to line up a radio, guest in the morning or something if we made it, do an acoustic version of something, and then play the show that night.
So where's the longest that you've traveled to play?
For this distance?
Yeah.
Tokyo. Yeah.
You had to get a passport
played
for that.
Tokyo, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
2015. Released the record in Tokyo.
Wow.
That was
that a nonstop flight?
We were in Nashville rehearsing at the time, so we flew to Minneapolis. That was the quickest way to get there. So it was like however long Nashville is, 2 hours, and then 13 hours to Tokyo.
Yep.
And
how were you received there? How was it?
Really well, and treated amazing. Like we had it was a magazine that brought us over there that had affiliation with Tower Records. So they put the record out. We had this big sign and meet and greet stuff at Tower Records. Like our record was on an end cap next to Metallica or
really?
I know.
Wow.
It's like the whole 9 yards, and
That's crazy.
fun, no complaints.
Japanese people are pretty cool, aren't they?
They are.
right?
There's no, maybe it's changed, but the venue we were in maybe held 250 people. It was packed, but there was no mosh pits. Like intent listening.
Oh, they won't.
Very respectful.
Yeah, they won't do that.
And then just applause. at the end.
Yep.
We're just like it was so fucking loud in this club. Sorry, pardon my French, but it was like, and everybody's just like, are they paying attention? Can they hear us? What's going on? Nobody's responding.
Nope.
But then it just applause after every song, and we're like, and then just line out the door to sign autographs afterwards.
What?
Like, well, they must have liked us. Apparently,
Japanese people are so.
just they're just
Okay, speak, Stacy.
just so
Come
respectful.
on.
Stacy's got a Japanese mother.
And the
dude.
food, oh my God! Talk about New Orleans, it's different cuisine, but geez, best sushi I've ever had in my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese people are just so proper. They just don't want to break etiquette ever.
Yeah.
It's like we can't do that.
They were speaking of etiquette. I don't think they wanted us to come back to Tokyo. We had a wild night afterwards, and I think we got lost in Tokyo. Like it was like we ended up at a sushi restaurant after the show. Barely made it back to the hotel. It was like me and the drummer Russell, cab driver, didn't speak English. We didn't speak Japanese, even though he was Russell was actually quarter Japanese. His mother was grandmother was Japanese.
But what language do they speak in Tokyo?
Japanese.
Japanese.
Oh, okay. Japanese.
Yeah,
Duh.
but so there was no translating. I just had a piece of paper with with the instructions or the name of the hotel, and the cab driver didn't know where it was. So we got back to the hotel super late. The promoter who was giving us a ride back to the airport was just like, and when we got back to the hotel, Phil had met some woman the night before, and like there was broken glass. Somebody had stepped in it. There was blood. Phil wasn't fully dressed. Like it was just like shit everywhere in the hotel, and the promoters were just like,
So at least it
"These
wasn't
Americans,
At
never
least
again."
it wasn't. You got the you got into the cab, and the cab brought you to the Yakuza, and then they brought you home, and you found out you were like $17,000 in debt for that cab ride.
Usually when Japanese people leave a hotel, you don't know that anybody's ever went in there. That's the way it is.
Yeah, you have a happy ending. You have happy ending.
That's China.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's different. Gee.
This
You didn't say
a
it.
little different,
We don't look
China.
China.
but yeah, it was
Did you like it? Did
the
you like
only
it?
the only thing that sucked was whoever booked the flights over there. So do the math. What 13 hours of flights to and from? 20,
That's a
30 hours of traveling, and we were in Tokyo for 56. I'm like, I didn't sleep. I'm like,
Wow.
who booked this? I would have loved to stay.
That's
a
a-
couple extra days.
That's a three.
Yeah.
That's a three
We
drunk.
want to stay a
flight.
couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely like
Three drunk flight.
yeah. Get loaded. You wake up, get loaded again. Wake up, get loaded one more time. Wake up, and then drag your ass off the plane.
And then
So-
go find your luggage.
So what did you have there that you really like? What kind of food?
Well, the sushi for sure. I mean,
Oh yeah.
best sushi I've ever had in my life.
Of course, yeah.
I don't even know the name of it. It was some sort of like egg dish that was made.
Donburi, probably.
That was probably
Yep.
it. It was kind of like a late night cafe type of
Yep.
thing.
What's it called?
So
It's called donburi.
it-
Tamago donburi or katsu donburi. Was there meat in it?
yeah, it felt like breakfast food a little bit, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Awesome.
On a bowl of better rice with
Yeah.
soy sauce
Yep,
or
yep.
this sauce. Yeah.
That sounds
Egg drop soup.
Yeah.
right.
That's like
I make that. It's very good.
egg drop
soup is good.
Egg drop
It
soup.
is.
China again. Jeez. Would you guys get to the right country? Egg drop soup from China.
Egg drop soup. That's a jacuzzi. You have fun.
Not in the jacuzzi. Not that egg drop soup. So
That's the
Well,
furthest
my
I've
mom used to
traveled.
make egg drop soup all the time. So
The longest I've ever been on tour was probably 6 months. And there-
Wow.
there were points in time where we were just like, screw it. We're just taking every show we can get.
travel everywhere.
God bless Phil that his voice actually held up. But I mean, I think our longest series of shows without a day off was like 13 or something like that. So
wow.
Phil could sing,
Well, that's fun though. For if you're in a band, I think that would be fun traveling and doing all that stuff.
If you're in Florida, it's easy to go from show to show because like the next town's an
It's
hour
close.
away.
Yeah.
You can spend 2 weeks in Florida and have a great time.
Oh, that's cool.
Now you and Patrick had a pretty good relationship, with him doing Loud and Local and stuff like that back when you were in Gingerjake. How did that kind of promote everything? I know Patrick promoted a lot of people in Minneapolis. I mean, we've had like quite a few people on this show that he's promoted. How did you hook up with Patrick? I know how I hooked up with Patrick, but I got him drunk at the bar. But
He's shaking his head like
Because he's
no,
still drunk.
I wasn't there. That was not.
Yeah, I don't know, Patrick, if we met through the radio station or at a show or at the Urban Wildlife for the first time. I honestly don't remember, but
Yeah.
What the
No,
first
we
occasion was.
met. Ian was really good at promoting whatever he was doing. So there was some active folks like Skywind and B. They were really good. They'd keep in contact and make sure I had their latest stuff. And so Ian was always good about that. I think it was either the Urban Wildlife or just a show afterwards that I was at and talked to those guys. And I had known the Rotters, Joe and Eric for a bit too. So it was just. Yeah, I think we hooked up, and then you always made sure that I had the latest and greatest, and the new bios or whatever you guys had going on, and it was also very pro playing out. So if your band was one that was playing a lot, you'd get a lot more airplay on my show. So that's kind of how I dialed in with local
and
acts and promoting.
I don't
them.
think there would have been a scene without you, Patrick, because honestly,
Aw.
like
Aw.
that seriously propelled the whole scene, you know?
Yeah,
and
it
it was a super healthy scene. Just the entire crew at 93X, everybody was so supportive of local, and without that,
Yeah.
I don't think
And
there,
then
there would
the
have been
band
the
amongst
bands that there
themselves
were.
all played well back in those days
Yeah.
too. Was there I can't remember a single band that had an issue with another band. That wasn't like big, you know?
Yeah. I don't think there was ever any sort of like bad blood or beef. You know, there's always, I think there was more shit talking cross genre wise, like just my exposure at the Turf Club. Like, I think at a point in time, the indie rock kids didn't mix well with the metal kids and vice versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That-
but like, in
Yeah,
terms
the
of
City
hard
Pages
rock scene-
darlings.
Yeah.
Those people. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I miss those days.
Well, it's kind of funny because in those days, it's like you didn't have the guitar players like going, I can do it better. I mean, the guitar player would bring like 80 people and go, now you show up to our show and see if you can do more than I can.
Yeah.
You know, it was about like promotions. It was about promoting each other. And he who had the most people won. And you won. And it was kind of like Black Flood Diesel. We'd go to Black Flood Diesel shows. And when I was playing with Wayne Kyle, when he left American Head Charge, we played at the Fine Line. And, you know, it's like that a Tuesday night music club is what they called it. And then you get a bunch of tickets, and he who has the most tickets wins. And of course, you know, Moog and, you know, Eric Day and some of these other guys, Benji, they got everybody to show up, and all of a sudden, I mean, it was packed.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, this is, you know, reciprocation for always coming to our shows. So, I mean, it was more about that. I think it wasn't about, and we're better than you. It's about lifting each other up, because everyone knew on that scene. I think Patrick can probably attest to it. All it took is that one band to make it big, and it propelled everyone. So everyone got behind everybody. It's like, we don't care who makes it, just as long as somebody does make it. So.
Head Charge. I mean, you could say they were huge for the scene. You know, they pulled, for the most part, pulled people along with them. So
Oh, I was going to ask you, how's that poor man's black velvet?
very delicious. What was in this again?
Yeah. Who cares?
So it's a cider beer, so I use Strongbow and Guinness, or this one here is Murphy's Irish Stout. One of my faves. This is more of a chocolate flavor rather than a coffee flavor like Guinness, and kind of melds a little bit better, but pretty good drink.
How's your Pepsi,
Yeah.
Patrick? How's that
good.
going?
Yeah, I got it for free.
For free?
I did.
There's no other way to get Pepsi.
There's a yeah. Well, I would have gotten a 0 sugar, but no. My store has, you know, some coupons. Sometimes you get exclusive offers, and so I earned a free 12-pack of Pepsi.
Hey,
Apparently.
did you ever have a Pepsi and milk?
No.
Remember from Laverne and Shirley?
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
drank
it was a
Pepsi and milk?
cream soda is what they did, but they would put milk and Pepsi together. Yeah,
Drink that Pepsi with Pilsner. Half and half. It's
half
really
and
good.
half. Yeah, it's pretty good too.
Oh, it's really good.
He's thinking about it.
Sounds better than milk.
Cola Pills.
I know, right?
So, Patrick, of all the bands that came back through that when you were a DJ, what
Yeah.
percent did you actually play on the radio?
Out of like the local bands.
Yeah, the local bands, of the number of people that tried to get on 93X, what would be
Oh.
the percent that you would actually play?
Because it was
I don't know
kind
about
of
a percentage,
it's
but
funny because we'd be at a bar. I'd be at a bar with Patrick, and he would get mauled by like 8 or 9 different bands. Plays my stuff. And
Yeah.
you were always really polite. But what was your? I mean, you had a way of doing stuff. I think that Stacy's asking, what percentage of those people that
Would actually get on the air and.
yeah, I mean, it just depends on the quality of the music that was submitted, and if they were playing out and were active. You know, I'd get garage band tapes, and it'd be like, "Sorry, can't do it. It just sounds so awful." But
You suck.
of the ones that came into me, I would say, you know, a good 70-80% got on the air. It's
wow.
just-
Really?
I mean, I would play. Sorry, I got a little fruit fly here. I would play certain bands like a Gingerjake or American Head Charge week to week to week, or, you know, 3 times a month. But I was always nice to the folks because I appreciated the effort, and even if it wasn't quite there, I'd still just like give it a spin, and then they could say they were on the show, and they could say that I helped them, and that was that. Can you play us again? We'll see. Lots of new stuff coming down the pike. So,
How long was
I
how long
was
was
always
the
trying
show?
to be generous with the stuff. 30 minutes was
30
the-
minutes.
was the
So
length of the show.
you get a number of bands in each time.
I'd have airplay for about 6 songs.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I didn't like to talk too much. I just wanted to get as many bands in that half hour. At one point, it was an hour long, but for the most part, it was half hour.
Okay.
You nailed it though, Patrick. Is the band out playing live and doing it?
Right.
That's kind of like what's gonna make a DJ want to play their stuff.
Yeah.
They're out there.
You're out there. We
actively
want to
doing it.
promote you.
That was one of the downfalls of Future Leaders at the end was, new record finally came out. We were on Pavement, small label in Chicago. It was the bass player from Soil was the A&R guy. Knew him through the grapevine. Long story short, they're pushing the record. They're putting it out. It's in all the FYE stores. When there were still record stores. But we were getting spun. The single was getting spun on Sirius XM on Octane, and when the singer and I kind of started spinning out, being on the same page business wise, we hadn't really headlined a tour in about 2 years. We were out playing with Saliva, and so we were getting regional booking agents to pick us up. Here's the Northeast, here's the Southeast, whatever, Texas, and our offers were coming in a little bit lower than Phil would have liked, and he was saying no to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of a sudden we don't have tour dates. Record labels calling me saying I can't get your singer on the phone. And I was like, well, it's technically not my band. So I'm not at liberty to make the business decisions. And so to your point, Patrick, yeah, you got to be out there actively playing for radio to want to play you. And lo and behold, because our tour didn't manifest, Sirius pulled us from the radio. And it was just like, wow, Phil, you just really shot us all in the foot on that one. And that's when I made the decision to check out. And, I got to the point where it was like, hey, I'm in my mid 40s at this point. I've had a good run. And I don't want to be at the mercy of somebody else's whim and schedule, I guess.
Right.
I
So
get
I was
that.
like, I'm going to go back to school and get a master's degree. and
You
see what
did.
happens.
You got a master's degree in.
Transportation planning. Another thing Patrick and I. oddly enough,
Holy
had,
smokes! You and Patrick got a lot to talk about
Holy
music and
You're going to be laying some more
transportation.
tracks.
And I know nothing about buses and trains and stuff either.
Well, it's trying to reduce VMTs. So
Yep.
at the main, and you also use greenhouse gas friendly infrastructure decisions.
What, Patrick? What's your role at Caltrans? What's your official?
So, okay, yeah, the cat's out of the bag. I work for the California Department of Transportation, and I'm a program manager. So, I oversee a very important higher level program. So, I work with staff and I work with leadership, and it's cool. It's a fun job, but yeah, it's a program manager.
And if I ever get out of consulting in the engineering world and want to move to California, I'm calling you for a job.
There you go. They got them out here. That's for sure. We're supposed to return back to work. The governor is making us come back on July 1st. So that's fun. Everyone here is really excited about working at downtown.
Do the office in person?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We've been working from home since we got sent home in COVID. But then last year they said, okay, come in 2 days a week. And then this year they're like, you need to come in 4 days a week. And everyone's losing their shit. A lot of the public employees,
Of course they are.
a little entitled. They might be whining a tad,
Wow.
but it's like, I'm okay. I bought a motorcycle, so now I guess got an excuse to ride 4 days a week.
Did
But
you update
actually,
your life insurance? I hope.
How long did you commute?
Yeah.
It's 13 minutes, and it's
Oh.
always
13 minutes on a
slow
plane?
and
It's kinda
going
nice.
20 miles an hour.
That's nice.
So it's not bad. And then we only have to go in 3 days a week because our building is actually so small, and we've hired like 3,000 people over the last 5 years. There's nowhere to put us full time, so
Crazy. Yeah.
we get a free pass on just 3 days a week, which is fine. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, great. Then I got kids Thursday, Friday. I don't have to have a sitter because I can still be at home and work. So it's working out good for me.
Right on.
Well, at least you got to get out of the house. People got to get out of the house.
Yeah, a little
True.
bit.
It's good for them.
So Ian, what's your lane,
I'm
so to
kind of
speak, in the transportation?
Yeah,
world?
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like when I threw in the towel, I guess with Flow,
With Flow?
Future Leaders of the World.
Oh.
That was Phil's acronym for it.
I thought you meant your...
He's got his job stoppers. It doesn't quite work out. Future Leaders of the World, but FLOW.
You need another finger.
Yeah, he needed his thumb, and I can't remember if he did that or
I
not.
didn't know if you were talking about your wife or not.
No.
No, he said he's not married. Jeez.
But what am I thinking? So yeah. What was the question again?
Your lane.
What is my lane?
Oh, yeah.
What
what
is
you do?
your lane?
What do I do now?
What do you do now? You
So I
go
went back.
from-
Yeah, I got my master's degree. I was
How did you choose that as a master?
I know, right?
so I had from my time at Hamlin.
I like to travel.
I got an urban studies degree from there, which is basically poli-sci, sociology, some government, some history, kind of a broad, useless. It's like, hey, here's your bachelor's degree. Now you have
You
have to get a master's.
now you know it's,
degree.
now you owe us
Actually have a
$80,000.
job. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we want you to spend more so you can start making money.
Yeah, yeah,
And pay for that $80,000 undergrad,
yeah.
and then maybe you'll get a job this time.
Yeah.
Get your chance a little bit closer.
But no, I went to UNO. It was the LSU system, and UNO was cheap as hell. It was like $3,800 a semester. I ended up getting what was I, a student researcher, so I got my tuition paid for, which wasn't shit to begin with. So yeah, got a master's degree in 2 years. Ended up working for the Metropolitan Planning Organization there for a little bit, and then worked for a private firm and did military planning. I worked for
cool.
Army Logistics Readiness Center.
Oh, perfect for Memorial Day.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yep.
You
you
know,
very
a lot.
much.
I that is a good shout out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank
You know,
you.
a lot of the fans. My grandfather is a World War II veteran, about to be 99.
What?
This summer on June 16th.
Wait, how old?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
99.
99?
He was on the boat when he was 17, going across the Atlantic to
Wow.
Saipan.
No shit.
But I mean, that's one thing that I always appreciated about playing music is, man, soldiers are the folks that serve. So humble, so grateful to have the opportunity. Like I would have some soldiers that were in Iraq. Hey man, like if it weren't for that song, I don't know if I would have gotten through that day in the desert or whatever it might have been, you know? So
That's cool.
that
Yeah.
stuff's,
My brother was in Saudi Arabia,
yeah.
and
And
yeah, that was like really hard.
I couldn't wrap my brain around being in that situation, you know? And then full circle.
They had to sleep in a parking ramp on the cement with like
That's-
nothing.
Yeah.
And
That's-
it was you know
that-
how
I
hot
feel
it
sorry for
is.
the guys that sleep in a trench.
I know, but
Yeah.
I know, but then they had to dig their own holes to take shit, stuff like that.
We do that all the time anyway. I go up
I
north
don't.
to do that.
Well, that's when you're hunting, and, you know.
No, I just don't want to camp it.
So yeah, so
I-
as
Yeah.
the beginning of the show when you cheered all the veterans,
Yep.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you.
We wouldn't have the luxury
And
of
Stacy's one of them.
Yeah.
being derelict musicians if it weren't for the
Yeah.
folks
You know what?
that
It's
go out
the
and do
it's
that.
the it's those people too in that industry that keep those soldiers going. Though.
That's right.
You know, Bob Hope did a lot. You know, going around. Marilyn Monroe did a lot. Remember all those?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Go out and
We-
Elvis even joined.
We said we weren't going to get political. I don't feel great about how our government treats our
That's fine.
veterans. That's all I'll say because I know
But we have to respect the people that
do.
served our country.
we absolutely
I got to be completely honest with you.
Yep.
Anything that's run by the government doesn't run very well in the first place. Just go to the VA or any government entity, and it's not running very good. But you
That's
know.
when you have a hierarchy of people that can't, that are making decisions that don't know how to work
you know,
together.
That's why I got out. It's so funny because you go in, right? You're a gung ho soldier and you're really good at your job, and no matter what, if you're, you know, even though you're an E3 or E4 or whatever, there's that guy that was in 25 years that just made it to E5 and he's still your boss,
Yeah.
right? And he's a slug and he's a you know, it's like, wow. I'm just like I've been in for 2 years and I'm already at an E4 and you're at an E5, so you're still my NCO and you've been in for 20 years. It's like there's something wrong here because I can tell.
So where did your grandfather live?
Sioux Falls. South
Sioux
Dakota.
Falls.
Yeah.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yeah. Jean's mom just turned 91.
No kidding.
So, yeah, went down for Mother's Day to Tennessee.
91.
91.
Yeah.
How's her cognition?
Oh, she's
Sharp as a tack?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
She
her
wants. Yeah,
body's
just don't get into it.
yeah,
Right.
her body is going out before her mind.
Oh, yeah.
She is sharp as a tack.
She'll talk you into your.
Well, if you're
grave.
91 years old,
Oh no.
my body feels like this at 58.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Oh,
I can imagine.
Sure.
Yep.
So what are you doing? What kind of firm work are you doing now?
So now, I moved back to Minneapolis in 21 without a job. Looked for one for about 8 months. Finally landed at an engineering consulting firm. So I work with a lot of traffic engineers.
Cool.
Awesome.
You like it?
Yeah.
Can you tell? Oh, never mind.
No, what's that?
Traffic engineer, is that airlines? Is that is
So
that just ground transportation?
I have nothing to do with the stoplights that you get pissed off at
Okay.
because they don't change.
I was thinking air traffic.
Okay.
So okay, we're
No.
good.
Good, because we had
Yeah.
problems with air traffic.
Yeah,
that we
okay.
No.
talked about on the last show.
Yeah,
Give you an idea of what I do now. So there's civil engineers, traffic engineers I work with. I'm a transportation planner, so I don't have all
Oh.
the necessarily the math and analytics that they bring into things, but I'm more of the person. I come in first. I make the analogy with my bosses all the time. I'm like, planning is the Coca-Cola to the Big Mac. If the
Oh.
analogy is like an engineering firm to McDonald's,
Yeah.
planning is the we're the loss leader. We don't get the big contracts, but we go in and we identify what are the problems. We make a big list. We do the community outreach,
And you make the other thing better.
and we do. And we identify, hey, what
I need a Coke. When I'm having this burger, I really need a Coke.
exactly.
No, Patrick
But I
said
set up
you have to
projects so
drink
that
Pepsi.
the engineers can get the $1 million design
Yeah.
when the road comes to a point where they decide
Come to
they wanna
fruition and it's all
do a
there.
full reclamation and a chip seal and all that boring shit that I don't.
Okay, so when I'm driving down the road, you can turn all those traffic cameras off as I'm going home,
You s-
and I'll make it there safe.
I don't have the authority to do that.
Oh crap!
The question is, can you?
Maybe.
That wasn't me. I wasn't there.
Are they doing any more changes? Are we going to get more speed cameras and stuff like that?
That's a good question. What do we have? We have like 3 or 4 in town
Yeah,
now, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
They're starting to pop up in different places.
My partner Sadie got one the other day because it's on 13th and Northeast because our kid goes to Yinghua Academy. He's learning Chinese, and that was one of the first installs.
Okay.
And I got one in the mail the other day. I was like, hey, Sadie, remember I told you don't speed? Dropping our kid off at school.
Dropping the kids off at the pool.
Yeah. So, there's a few.
No, it's like when we were driving through Illinois, and there's the tollways. It's all open, and then you get a notice that said you owe us money because we got your driver's or your license.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because everything's online. They don't do any.
Yeah, there's
cash
nobody
stuff
in there.
So we're going to do cash and like, what the hell? And then we
You
leave
just
and
drive
then,
through, then they make
drive
you a
through,
bill.
and then you have to get online and say, here's my license plate. Then they show you the pictures of you going through, going, yeah, you owe us this
Yeah.
much.
And
And it's like $3. Like,
unless you can prove somebody else is driving your car, you're going to.
yeah,
Oh, it was the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that in California too. All the tolls are not manned or personed anymore. So yeah, you just drive through, and then 2 weeks later you get a picture in the mail with a bill. It's usually like $5 or $7.
Patrick, do you have a blow up Susie doll in your thing so you can drive down the double passenger lane or the left lane?
No, I went to California, so I can.
You can drive there anyway.
I can just go single.
Oh, okay.
The cop pulls me over, I just flash
Oh my
head.
god!
I'm inspecting the roadway.
yeah, it's Patrick's badging them, and they're like going, okay.
The hell out of here.
Yeah, if I pulled you over, I'd be like going, oh, this is going to be so much fun. Patrick would be like, I can just hear like the Chuck Norris, the Patrick Olson jokes coming out.
So what? So you do this job, Do you still play it all anymore, or are you
Yeah.
on the side?
I honestly
No,
probably.
you said you have a kid, right?
Yep.
Stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter.
Stepdaughter?
Yep.
They play?
Known her. She's
She-
gonna be
she-
11. Known her since she was 5.
Oh, that's a
so-
fun age.
You trying
Yeah.
to get her into playing anything? Or?
I do. We have an electronic drum set. We have a keyboard. She's really into singing.
Okay, good.
Of course, she likes Taylor Swift.
Unfortunately, she likes to.
Unfortunately.
Hey, she likes music.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's step in the right direction.
Yeah, that's
She'll
fine.
come around. When I was a kid, I was like Tiffany, and but both her mom and I are punk rock and metal fans. So
Yep.
she'll harden up soon enough. Let her do the pop thing
Yep.
for a little bit. That's not bad. Then
Did
she'll
Patrick tell you his story?
Does she watch Stranger Things?
We just started letting her get into
Oh,
that
okay.
recently. Yeah.
So my 11-year-old, well, she's 10 actually. My 10-year-old watched Stranger Things, and Metallica Master of Puppets is featured in that show
yeah.
a couple times. And my youngest goes, "Hey, Dad, can you put on my favorite song?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Master of Puppets."
Oh,
What? Awesome. And then she's like, "Could you take me to a Metallica concert someday?" I'm like, "Yes, I can."
do you
So
know
maybe
how
Stranger Things will
happy-
flip the switch for
Just
her
say,
there.
do you know how happy I would be if she came up to me and said- even like uttered the words "Master of Puppets"? I asked her like I did buy her a guitar, so there's that too.
Ooh.
I mean, I have
Okay.
10,
What kind?
10 guitars in the house.
Yeah.
Well, she's still tiny, so I bought her one.
Patrick, when are you going to buy your
little
daughter's guitar?
Strat, the small scale Strat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they make smaller ones. For
Yep, it's
little-
like a reduced scale for
No.
little hands.
No music at your house, Patrick. No drums.
No, I mean when I get a sizable place here, I'm still in my 1-bedroom apartment. But next year when I move, I do want to get an electronic drum kit, and that's
be sweet.
I used to play drums, so that's the only thing I could kind of teach my daughter.
Oh,
And
sure.
My youngest that likes Metallica would probably just love smashing because she's like hyper energetic like me all the time, so she'll get into that.
We
I
call
can
it-
actually teach her.
We call it ADHD in the special education world.
No,
No,
no, she's
I wasn't gonna
gifted.
say it, but yeah, we probably
Don't
both
listen
have
to
our
him.
issues with
Don't
that.
listen to him. She's gifted.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because I remember when over at Stacy goes, "Oh, pull out my guitar," and pulls out the guitar. I'm like, "That's a ukulele."
That's a ukulele.
And he goes, "No, it's a guitar." And I'm playing. I'm like, "Oh shit, it is a guitar."
I have a Taylor Mini.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
mini.
Yeah,
My dad had it. My
but
dad,
it's got that bowed back, so
Right.
it's like
Yeah,
a full sound.
Yeah,
You know.
no, those are cool.
Yeah.
But even Gene's dad,
my dad had a CF Martin ukulele.
yeah. I mean, back in
Yep.
it's 1950s.
Yeah, old.
And just plays excellent. Now her sister's got it, but I mean, it was fantastic. We found it when her father passed away. We had to kind of go through the stuff and look for it. And all of a sudden I find this, ukulele. I'm like going to her mom, I'm like, "Pat, holy crap, we got to
Original case.
Original case, original everything, and tuned it up, and I'm like, wow, this thing plays fantastic. And looked it up, and back then, this is probably 2 decades ago, that thing was worth like nearly $1,000 2 decades ago. I mean, it was the same model that Tiny Tim played, and he
Exactly.
had that
Okay.
1950
Oh,
CF
wow.
Martin.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
it was really cool.
Yep.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Trying to think of the coolest instrument I think I found on tour. Well, my Les Paul, I bought at a pawn shop. Not dissimilar to your story earlier about holding out on a
Oh yeah.
getting a good price on something, but
Yeah.
the Les Paul that I've had since 2004. That's crazy to think about because it's probably going to,
Yeah.
well, it's becoming a classic and it is a 1959
Yeah.
classic. Got that at a pawn shop, but I was at this folk music, like acoustic, like Podunk, Arkansas. I was dating a girl from at the time who was from outside of Little Rock. And so I forget the name of the river, but we went on a canoeing trip and we were just, we're kind of like on the edge of the Ozarks and shit and went to just this cool little music shop. And I found a 1947 Gibson lap steel
Fuck off.
beat to shit. right?
Really?
Like everybody's belt buckle marks on it and shit. And I was like,
Oh my God.
I wasn't totally in the market for it, and it was like, it wasn't that much. It was like $400. I didn't know how much it was worth. So I passed on it. And then this was July, August, maybe. She tells her parents about it. Her dad's like a rural county judge or something like that, elected official.
Whoa.
And he must have known some, I don't know how the story goes, but anyways, I'm at her house for Christmas and they bring out this
Shut up.
Yeah, and I'm like, so her dad ended up buying me this 1947 Gibson lap
Oh,
steel.
wow.
They made a ton of them, so it's
Man.
not worth a lot, but just the fact that
No,
it's
the fact that-
1947.
And the fact that he looked for it for you. Oh my
And in fact,
God, that's awesome.
I don't know if this is a good time to do this or not.
Yeah, let's
Whatever
do it.
you want, man.
But that Gibson lap steel is on this record for
What?
8 seconds maybe.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Some slide guitar.
Beat Devil
wow,
music.
thank you, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
thank you.
This is
That's the
awesome.
compilation that you sent me, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
got like 10
Yeah.
tracks on it.
Yeah.
With,
Right.
Oh, cool.
Other-
Derek on
local,
drums. I don't know
music
what size
aficionados.
everybody is, but I brought some.
Oh, some swag.
What?
Love it.
nice.
Oh
Now,
I can't wait to hear it.
now, do you want now?
I
Can
didn't-
we throw a song off of this at the end of the
absolutely could.
podcast?
You absolutely
Fantastic.
could.
We'll talk about it, and you
Well-
tell me what the best one
Oh,
you think is.
I think these are varied sizes, and I apologize because
I want you to
we're not.
throw,
There, here,
unfold
throw
it,
one.
show it.
yeah,
Oh,
unfold
show
it.
it up.
Yeah.
Show that baby off.
Says,
Well, this is what do we have here? Here, we'll do Gingerjake because that one's
Oh, cool.
this is some
Oh, yeah.
vintage stuff.
That is some vintage stuff there.
oh, that's for Patrick.
Oh,
That's Patrick's size for sure. Yeah.
I do have a few more sizes there.
I love that.
Send me your mailing address. But yeah, that's How to Kiss the Devil Goodbye. So that was
Yeah.
Well,
you-
2006 era, I think.
Awesome.
Gingerjake. These are my attempt at having a
Oh,
clothing brand line that really didn't go anywhere for me in New Orleans. This is probably predates Beat Devil music, but I had a bright idea one night. Hey, let's call this Fatty Boy. And that's a friend of mine who was doing caricatures. I'm like, well, you can do so that's my face. And then I did And Justice for All little thing underneath, but I called it in And Justice for All handwriting, but I did Subversiveness for All.
that's pretty cool. I like it.
that's awesome. That's
That's awesome.
Love it.
Sure.
I wish I had a screen printing press. I believe it or not, like maybe once a month I still get because I have stuff up on Bandcamp.
You want a screen printing press?
Yeah, talk to Stacy about
I
that.
mean,
Stacy.
I'd have to see if I even still have like the art setups
Mhm.
for all of them. If I do, maybe.
Stacy's your man.
Yeah.
But I've had some requests for T-shirts that are out of print, and it's like, what is it worth making 10 of these?
Yeah.
And selling them
Yeah.
for the next 10 years?
I'll invest.
Well, I mean, screens are easy to emulsify and thing
Yeah.
on there and just
Yeah.
keep it. You just wash it and keep it.
People,
and
I mean,
every once in a while you throw it up there, you put it on Etsy or something, and
I still love T-shirts.
oh yeah,
Well, I mean, you're looking at some of the, T-shirts that everybody likes, like the old Iron Maiden and Metallica.
I almost wore Iron
Yeah,
Maiden.
I mean, it's just all.
I
I
would've
mean, you
loved
got kids, Gen Z kids that are wearing Iron Maiden. You're just like, you don't even know who that band is.
So there's a kid that's
But-
when I'm at Irondale teaching, the kid comes in and he's like always wearing Led Zeppelin and Metallica shirts and stuff like that, and his hair is like he like rats it like, and then he always pulls out this drum thing and he's tapping, he's doing his drum, so he's a rocker. I'm like, yeah,
That's awesome.
it's like good for
cool.
you, dude.
It's good to see it come back.
Young
'cause
kid,
I
yeah.
thought, I thought like it was. I thought we were on a permanent EDM trajectory where, no disrespect, there's
Yeah, he was okay, but
DJs out there, but like
no, they're
there's a
listening.
difference between scratching. Let's
Yep.
face it.
Well, they're listening to their parents' music, so that's
Right.
good.
Exactly.
Well, and it's crazy because I mean, I think there's like at least 4 different Led Zeppelin style bands out there. I mean,
Yeah.
if you close your eyes, it's Led Zeppelin. I mean, and that's making this big resurgence, and they're getting huge just off of some of the old stuff you hear.
Well, you see a lot of commercials and stuff like that, and even with the Vikings play a lot of Ozzy, and Welcome to the Jungle or whatever it is. All of our old songs, and kids know it. They've heard it before. Oh, I've heard that before because it's on TV or commercials or whatever, and it's like, yeah,
It just sucks getting older because now 92.5 KQRS plays all of the shit that I didn't consider to be
know.
classic rock.
yeah, you're not, yeah.
Who sings?
Like-
Who sings Big 10 Inch?
That was
Hooray.
Aerosmith.
Yeah. So I had my dad drive us to the Metro Center,
The Met Center.
the Met Center, and to see that band. And we were playing Big 10-inch. And he's like, "What's that?" And I'm going, it's just a record.
Yeah,
No,
it's
true.
a different record, but yeah. That stuff was great. I mean, old Aerosmith. That stuff is big. It's like all this kind of older music. The Gen Z stuff it is making that resurgence that I've seen. But and they're kind of knockoff bands, but they do their own little thing on it.
And like something like Aerosmith Run DMC Walk This Way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
That'll never go out of style.
No. Yeah.
Never. But it's kind of cool to see some of the stuff coming back, especially the artwork kind of stuff. I mean, because you look at Iron Maiden, Eddie is back,
Yeah.
and I remember when I was in junior high, I was introduced to Iron Maiden. That was Number of the Beast, and I remember that album cover, and Killers was the other one where he's like this, and there's a hand holding on to him. There's blood coming off the axe, and he's like, it's like my mom, if she would have seen that album and I was listening to it, I mean, I had to hide it because if she would have seen that album, I would have been grounded for eternity.
Yeah, but you let your other brother have posters
of women,
the twin,
the Barbie twins, the Barbie twin,
on the wall,
where the Barbie twins weighed like 180 pounds, and 80 pounds were topside.
And she let him do that.
Oh, I know, but I mean, the music was a little bit different, and I was a huge Kiss fan when I started growing up, and I mean, like Cold Gin.
Oh yeah,
that was like
Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, Detroit Rock City, Cold Gin. I mean, that music was kind of stripped down and so cool, and you see like a lot of the bands coming out now that they're like that, stripped down and really cool, and I like that a lot.
I gotta say, Mötley Crüe needs to go fuck themselves. What are you doing? It's embarrassing. Like, I was the hugest Crüe fan ever. All over my walls, every lyric to.
Oh, you mean what they're doing? You mean what they're doing right now?
Now they're out there fucking making.
Talking about, this is our last tour. No, wait, this is our last tour. No, hang on, this is our last tour.
No, it was their last tour. It's all a great
Mick
guitar
Mars
player.
isn't even there.
Yeah. No.
I met Vince Neil and with a couple of my friends, and I had a camera, and then I forgot to take a picture with him. Took pictures of my friends with Vince Neil, but not of me.
But I mean,
So,
back then they
all think I'm
cool.
lying.
Now it's Fat Neil. I mean, he gets out there and he's ginormous, and it's like he can't even sing anymore. It's just like, oh my god!
I know he's got health. He's had some health issues,
Yeah.
but it's like just.
Oh yeah, he did.
But he's that guy. I won't die. We won't die.
Well, and the thing is, they were done touring until like a really good guitarist said, "Well, I can play for you," and they're like, "Okay, Mick Mars, get the fuck out of here." I mean, they're like putting him in the old folks' home, literally, while they bring up John
Talk about
5.
him
Yeah.
like that.
No, but that's what they did. They kicked. Then Mick Mars is like, "This is bullshit." It's like, yeah, but Mick, you can't even move. I mean, basically, you're a statue.
It was John 5 they brought in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a beast.
Oh, he's a beast. He's a Minnesota guy too. Did you ever meet him?
I've never
had
had
deal here,
but I follow him on Instagram. I like watching his noodles in his living room. He's pretty fantastic.
And like the band, like Tremonti, Mark Tremonti. I look at him and I'm like going, man, he's got to be one of the most underrated guitar players around. The guy plays in like how many bands? Like 3?
I think so.
He
Yeah.
plays in Creed, his own band, and then Alter Bridge.
Yep.
But you see guys like that are like, they kind of noodle around and do the same thing, and it's just kind of incredible. And it's
Ian,
like
what do
you don't even.
What do you think
see
about
much.
the resurrection, or the resurrection, literally, probably, of the band Creed? Like, they're kind of cool and hot again.
I love Creed.
I
I've
say,
been a
you know what?
Creed
If I was in that position, having had a falling out with my band, well, it'd be harder for me to do. I'm just trying to put it in, I guess, how I would approach it. couldn't do it with Future Leaders because R.I.P. my bass player Jeremy and drummer Russell have both passed away. But if you've got living band members, you can get over your previous beef, whatever that was.
Yep.
Like I look at a band like Dillinger 4, punk rock band from Minneapolis, right?
Oh yeah.
Those guys still get along. They're in their 50s. It's like they all have jobs, but they get to go play punk rock bowling in Vegas because they get along.
That's cool.
They go do one-offs or fly dates. I think they were just in Japan for 2 weeks or something. So it's like Creed, hell yeah. Whether I like them or not is irrelevant.
It's just funny that they were kind of like branded as a Nickelback type band for a while. They kind of fell off, and then now they're back and more popular than ever.
There was. I remember somebody called them that I worked with. They said, Creed is Journey 2000.
Is it? I haven't been following that close, but is it Creed original members?
Yeah, it's all the original members. I mean, playing, and they're just making a killing.
They're
right
selling
now.
out arenas. Dude.
Yeah,
it's
just
like there's
unreal.
a bunch of 50-year-old men
That's
and women.
wild.
Like,
I'm still waiting for Roger Waters and David Gilmour to get over their little beef.
Well, they'll be dead when that happens because they're all in their 80s now. So, but now, are you thinking about kind of doing a little resurgence? You were saying that a lot of these bands like Dillinger 4, they have their work that they do, they have their career, but then they're doing the stuff on the side. Are you going to maybe look at doing some projects on the side here?
I mean, I'm always thinking about it. It's I'm quirky in terms of my own self-motivation. Like I have to have the time and space, clear my head a little bit. For me, it's like,
it better be worth it. Be really excited about it.
yeah. Like I think if for me to actually hit the road and play in a band again, I'd have to get an offer from somebody that I'd probably end up playing somebody else's music, which is fine, but having done it for as long as I did, I'm such a homebody now. I like
You're over 40.
I'm just saying, it's like I've had 3 back surgeries, so I'm not able to slough the gear anymore like I used to.
You're not
It's
young.
like, I don't want to go out and lift a 4x12 and have that be my 4th back surgery. So I really like what I did with this last record because there's still musicians out there that I know that I didn't even have an opportunity to collaborate here with. I have a ton of material. I still have a home studio.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that process of, it was kind of painstaking. Like there were 20 counting musicians, mixing agent or mix engineers, mastering engineers, 22 people involved in that record. It took me a year and a half just to nail everybody down and first of all find who gravitates towards the song, who wants to do it, who wants to write the lyrics, and then I'm kind of picky. I'm not gonna lie. So then have it be up to my standards, and it fortunately worked out. And I'm not a singer, but I know what I like. But everybody that's on this record killed it. And granted, it's 5 years old already, but I wouldn't mind doing that again. So that's kind of where my head is at. I have the last Future Leaders of the World tour. Our guitar tech, he was a really young kid. He was friends with my drummer, who's since deceased. They went to Full Sail in Orlando. Really talented guitar player by his own right. He has since moved to Atlanta. He's got 5 platinum singles under his record in the Atlanta rap scene. So he did the Meek Mills. If you've heard of Meek Mills, he did a Meek Mills single that went platinum. So I have these pipelines where I'm like, hey, I could feed guitar loops to this dude who might put it on a platinum song. I could collaborate with. I mean, it was great living in New Orleans because I got to meet all the heavy hitters in that sludge metal scene.
Yeah.
So,
well, it sounds kind of like you're setting yourself up where you can actually do your studio work and have other artists kind of showcase your work, and that's brilliant. I mean, if that's kind of your the way you're going, it's fantastic. I think that's a great way to go.
I think it's just I really enjoy collaboration, and I know, I still bullshit with a ton of people out there, that are still doing it or like to play, and really that's. For me, that's what it's all about, I'm
going to work on doing a 25-year Gingerjake reunion show. Let's pull that up.
I would do it if you could
convince
Amanda to do it.
Dude, that would be pretty outstanding.
I would do it. I would do it.
Yeah, I'll do the grunt where I'll go out there and hand out flyers. I mean, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, Patrick,
be
if
fun.
you start doing that,
Amanda can wear her lingerie and promote it as she's singing. Well, isn't it? I thought I saw some of her pictures when she's playing, wearing. Who's a girl at Serums that always lifts her top up after every song, or not after every song, at the end of each set? She was just up there on Friday night or Saturday night or something like that.
I'm sure her name is like
I can't remember.
Mercedes or you know something like
Yeah,
that.
after every band, she
Cinnamon, yeah. Audi, like I don't know, cars now.
Porsche.
So, yeah, Porsche.
yeah.
That'd be nice. No, I would entertain that. I don't think it's me that you would have to convince, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
It's so hard to get back into stuff, isn't it? I mean, when you get older, and it's like you had all that ambition when we were young, and
oh, I know. I
like-
think about just like how go. I used to, I was like, I was working 40 hours a week. I'm like out until midnight,
Yeah.
2 a.m. Yeah. I don't have.
Well, I mean, honestly, though, I mean, if
Anymore.
Patrick, I mean, if it was marketed right, that could be huge because I mean, there's a lot of people that would love to see these kinds of reunions, with like Gingerjake, and well, you couldn't do it with say American Head Charge, but maybe Black Flag Diesel, you
Yeah.
know.
Get
And
Jordis back here with the fighting
Yeah.
tongs.
Fighting. I was
Right.
going to say the fighting taunt.
tell Lance to get
Word
the
it.
Jim and I back together.
yeah, that probably won't happen. But to get like Lance King involved, I mean, I think it would be a great idea because it's definitely something that the cities is missing that old school flair. I think a lot of people would just love it, would eat it up.
Minneapolis is missing everything these days. We don't have any clubs anymore that we go out to and dance, and live bands are few and far between. It seems
Yeah.
not like it used to.
I think it could work. I think Patrick, if you do that, that would be.
Come on back,
fantastic.
Patrick.
Let's do it, Patrick. Come on, Patrick.
He's got to grow his mohawk out.
Oh yeah. If you
We'll bring
could-
it all back. We'll bring Patrick's mohawk back.
Well, we could always do like hair extensions on what you got there, Patrick, so it kind of look like it.
No, we call him
No,
implants
he looks
now.
good. Shut up.
No, I mean, if we get it, you'd have to have that mohawk flaring, man, because that would
Yeah,
be
I could grow it out.
it.
Grow it out. I dare you.
Do it.
We're daring
Do
you.
it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Which means
That's
you're gonna
all.
have to paste it down into a strip so no one notices. and then you're gonna go, and it's gonna stick out.
Oh, it was great. I mean, the old school Patrick with that mohawk. I mean, it was like, I still have that picture. It's like he's wearing his my Vikings jersey and he's biting into this necklace and it's breaking. and whoever took that picture was brilliant. It's like, it was so cool. But that mohawk, that's the mohawk.
I'll apply the glitter.
That was I had a front row. I was sitting with somebody that gave me their front row seat to sit with them, and it was a Star Tribune reporter. I saw him out of the corner of my eye with the camera lens on me. So I had beads, and I just acted the part. And I said,
Yeah.
I got to give him something to shoot, and he did. And then it was in the paper the next day.
I'm going to put that picture at the end of the podcast. Because I've been telling you, man, that picture is like
Yep.
I haven't seen that picture.
iconic.
Iconic.
Iconic. It's so cool.
Were those Mardi Gras beads, Patrick?
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
I don't know if they're from Mardi Gras, but
Right,
no, I
I
think
think
some girls show me her boobs in the bar.
I'm pretty sure the beads weren't why, but okay.
Boobs. He's a boob guy.
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, I would love to see Ian if some more of
What
these
you have to
kind of
offer.
projects
Yeah, show it.
that you've got. With the Beat Devil music kind of deal, to see a lot of these people that are still connected in one way or another within the Minneapolis music scene, it would be fantastic. And Patrick's onto something there, I think.
Yep.
Trying to promote something that people can come out and see. I think it's fantastic.
I think the closest thing that might come off of this record, because mind you, none of these songs, this is all studio, right? No,
yeah.
never been played live. Might not. Greg and I just talked to Greg
Yeah.
a day or two ago. I keep flirting with him in terms of like, hey, just have me up for a cameo. Let's do the song we did together with whatever incarnation of BFD you've got going currently. But you never know. I mean,
Well, hey, it's been great having you on, Ian. I was looking forward to having you here because, I mean, you're another one of those staples within the Minneapolis music scene. And we want to keep bringing people on just like you that keep it alive, that, let us know that, you're still here, you still play, you're still involved, even though you're doing more of the professional stuff, which is fantastic. I mean, it's great having folks like you on, and I want to thank you for that.
Can anybody purchase this here? Are you selling these, or what's the deal here?
yeah, you could. It's just basically bandcamp.com, Beat Devil Music.
So Beat Devil Music, Bandcamp.
Spell it out because some people can't hear it.
Bandcamp.com. If you can't spell band and you can't spell camp.
I can't.
No, then probably need to go back to school.
But
then, so,
yeah. I'm going to give this a listen. Brett, you're going to put some of the songs.
We're going to put a song on.
How many songs are on here?
What do we have?
So.
Are there 10?
No, what? It's like 12 songs.
12? I think.
No, 11. 11 songs on here. So what is the staple one? What's the...
Well, if we were to really go, let me see here.
You have...
if we were to really go...
Humbled Crown.
Straight,
Petrified.
like we can go New Orleans, we can go Minneapolis.
Joyride.
I mean, we've talked...
What would be a good song for him to put at the end of the podcast?
Yeah.
For our listeners.
Does anybody want to hear Amanda sing something that...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Was not a Gingerjake song?
Absolutely.
Then I would do track 7, Touch 'Em All, because that's going to have Derek, Brian Adams, Amanda, and a DJ from New Orleans on there. I would do track 7. Why not?
We'll do that one.
We'll do that. And I'll put it the information, so if people like the song and they want to reach out, and I'll put your information there so if people want to reach out.
Yeah.
Chocolate shotgun sessions. I can say that. Chocolate shotgun sessions.
And,
that was Derek's. Derek See, I'm horrible at naming shit. Like I said before, it's like Beat Devil Music was like my PRO.
It takes a lot. You got to smoke a lot for that.
And Derek was like, what are we going to call this record? I'm like, I didn't know you were naming it, Derek. And he's like, okay. And he threw that out there. I was like, yeah, I got a ring. That's got a ring to it.
I have a good name.
Well, I think
for
you
your
nailed
new
it
band.
with the Fatty Boy or whatever that fuck was.
That was when I was managing
Boy.
a club in
Fatty
New
Boy.
Orleans, and it was that was kind of the EDM cycle of stuff that I was doing.
We'll have to get you another care, Patrick, for
Okay.
some swag.
Yeah, I'll get you something, Patrick.
Okay.
Well, then, so Patrick, who do we have on next week? I heard it was a
Matt
famous
Damon.
actor. Yes,
Matt
Matt
Damon's
Damon. Yeah, so Matt Damon will be on next week, so tune in because we'll have him on. But folks, thank you for joining us. And, again, we can't do this without you, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit like and share. And we'll be back next week with another version of At the Bar With podcast with Matt Damon. All right. Take care, folks, and we'll see you next week.